What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing an analysis on the RQ versus Onic PH. Now this is not the RQ Hoshi. Hoshi is actually the main team. This is RQ Sena, which is the secondary team that James recruited from the open trial not too long ago. So if you guys remember, James was looking for RQ members and it was actually open trial. These are the members that he recruited from that open trial, alright? And I actually stalked a little bit of their Instagram because I have James added on Instagram and they tagged them. They're actually really young and they have a lot of potential just by obviously what they're showing right now against Onic PH. The score is 1-1. This is game number 3. RQ won one-sidedly the first game. They didn't give any towers. Onic PH won one-sidedly the second game. They also didn't give any towers. So the deciding factor here is the game number 3, alright? So you're gonna see like a very similar rotation here. With the RQ rotation here early game, it's gonna be really similar to the EVO's Legends rotation, alright? We all know Zace and James are really close to each other, and hopefully you guys will, see the similarity on their early game rotation once we see it. But let's talk about draft first. Let me take off my webcam first, alright? Let's talk about draft first. So now RQ actually banned Popol and Koopa. We all know that Venus, is really good with this Popol and Koopa support. Onic PH banned Uranus. Uranus is like a common ban right now in any tournament. Now let's skip. After game number 1, I actually messaged James on Instagram, and he was I was actually asking him, why do you think Onic PH did not have a tank? Like if you guys can recall, Jawhead was their frontline tank for game number 1, and that ended up making Onic PH lose. They didn't have a hard frontline. They were lacking the frontline pressure. Second game they had a Hylos, and Onic PH won that game. For this third game, they're also not gonna have a solid frontline tank. They're gonna have Chu as their tank. So it's gonna be like the same situation as game number 1. So what James told me is, James is actually prioritizing the tanks right now, which is between Kufra and Atlas. They're not really worried about the Grok, not really worried about the Hylos and all those tanks. They're focused on, taking Kufra or Atlas. It's either they ban Kufra or they ban Atlas. So for example, if RQ bans Atlas right now, they're most likely gonna first pick Kufra instead of Atlas, right? So now let's keep going with the draft. Here we go, and Onic PH is most likely gonna ban Ling. Ling is a common ban right now. He got buffed like early game. His early game was really pretty bad before, but now his early game got buffed, so it's harder to go against Lings right now. And plus RQ has first pick, so Onic PH doesn't want to give the Ling to RQ. Now RQ is gonna first pick Atlas since they know they're trying to take out the tanks. They're trying to prioritize tanks so that Onic PH don't have any tanks. The game right now in the current patch, it's kind of, Atlas and Kufra are way too strong compared to like Grok, Hylos, Minotaur, Lolita, and all them. You don't see a lot of Lolita nowadays. Tigro, you see it a little bit, but not too often. There's a lot of tanks that are, so behind compared to Atlas and Kufra. They definitely need to make balances on the tank role, right? On the tank heroes. But let's keep going. Most likely RQ is gonna, like I said, first pick Atlas. And here we go. For Onic PH, what's good about this is Onic PH will get Yuzhong. Yuzhong was not banned and not picked yet. So I'm surprised, RQ doesn't prioritize Yuzhong. They want to take this tank first. Tank is what carries the game, having a good set and all that. Putting frontline pressure, giving some vision, really, really important. But what Onic PH is going to do here, they're going to take the Yuzhong, and I'm pretty sure they're going to take the offlane Kaja here. So now, I'm not really a big fan of the Kaja pick at all now. Like, I see a couple of people still ban it in rank. I don't think they read the patch notes. I don't know why people don't read the patch notes. Kaja's range on his ulti actually got 15% shorter, which is a big hit on his ulti. You need to flicker right next to the enemy just for you to ulti the enemy, alright? And plus, when you use your flicker to use it on the enemy, your second skill is super freaking slow. It's like you're diving in and it just takes time to freaking dash away to even, dash the enemy that you ulted into your teammates. But I really like the Yuzhong pick here by Onic PH. Instead of Kaja, I really suggest that they should have picked Valier instead. The Valier would have been a better pick. Obviously, we all know that Valier can push the Atlas second skill away. Alright, using your second skill with Valier, you can push the Atlas away whenever he's trying to engage. So that's what's good about the Valier pick, but they didn't pick it. And because of that, RRQ will actually pick the Valier so that that Atlas does not get countered. Alright, they're not really worried about the Kufra as well because it's banned, so they're going to take the Lancelot as well. Lancelot is also another core that's being used to funnel right now. So the three, from what I've noticed in ranked and in tournaments, a lot of people are funneling either Lancelot, Ling, Roger, Hayabusa. Alright? Sometimes hard. I see a couple of hearts in this here and there, but you know those four heroes are the most most picked heroes when it comes to funneling. So there you go, they pick the Lancelot, they take the Valier so that their Atlas does not get countered. Now Onic PH also gets I don't know why they take Hayabusa here, because you know that there's still Roger open. You kind of want to counter. If I was Onic PH, I would honestly pick Loyi instead. Leoyi can still be banned here because there's still a third ban that's open, as you can see. But we'll see what happens here. But they do get, even after the ban, Onic PH gets the first pick afterwards, alright? So they still get the pick afterwards. But the problem is, RQ could have banned Loyi. Loyi is really prioritized right now and super strong. So Loyi is actually insane. So prioritize hero. So let's see here. But the good part about this is, even if Onic PH picks Loyi, they're just so squishy, as you can see. Yuuzhan is probably the tankiest guy they have. Kaja is pretty squishy. Leo is squishy, so if they pick that hero, it's gonna be really hard for them to give vision and check bushes and all that stuff. So let's see what happens here. Okay, Onic PH ban Esmeralda. That's also that's actually a really good ban. That's what I like that ban from Onic PH. Since RQ they don't have an offlaner yet. All right, so the only offlaners before the Esmeralda ban. So, you know, it was open, but they banned it. Thamos is still open. Chu is still open offlane. Jawhead is still open. Some people play Masha. As you can see, Bren likes to play Masha. So those four are still open. There are many offlaners that are really good right now. Sometimes, very rarely, you'll see Sylvana there as well. Sylvana is still decent, but not recommended. Still decent, but not recommended when it comes to tournament. Okay, so now RQ banned Farsa. I'm not really sure about why they banned Farsa, because even if they do pick Farsa, they're still really squishy. Like the same situation for Loyi. If they let Leoyi open or Farsa open, and Onic PH picks it, they're still squishy either way. So it's like a win situation for RQ. If I was RQ, I probably would have banned like a tank. I don't know, maybe Grok if anything, because Grok can actually immune the Valier stun with the first skill, right? And also immune the knockback on the Valier when Grok is holding first skill next to a wall. So, but I don't know. Not a lot of people play Grok now, since after a bunch of nerfs on Grok. So not a lot of people play Grok now. Grok is, I guess, bad now. I guess not compared to Kufra and Atlas at least. Let's keep going. Alright, so they picked this Chu. Chu's a good pick, but like I said, there's still Thamos. If I was on a PH, I would honestly pick Thamos. Thamos could be really tanky, and that could be like a semi-tank for them. But instead, they pick Chu for more CC, I guess, to stop this Lancelot. If they pick the if they pick the Thamos, they're not gonna have CC to actually kick and knock back this this Lancelot. So that's why that they picked the Chu. I'm stumbling on my words here. So now RQ, they still have Jawhead, Thamos open, Masha open. So they're gonna take Jawhead and Thamos right there. They have so much CC. Valier knockback, Valier stun on the first skill, Jawhead throw, Jawhead ulti, Atlas ulti, Atlas stun, Atlas slow with the first skill, Thamos slow, Lancelot slow. Just, overall the team comp of what RQ has is pretty balanced and it's really well composed. Alright, so James drafted for them. James is still the coach for RQ Sena. He's the coach for both RQ Hoshi and RQ Sena. So just to clarify that. So you're gonna see like similar gameplay and rotation from Hoshi and Sena. Alright. Whereas Onic PH, they're gonna last pick. I'm pretty sure. Either Venus plays this Kaja as a support, or they pick something else like Loyi. Venus is actually pretty insane with Loyi as well. Sicilian, we all know Sicilian. Venus really likes that Sicilian pick. But let's see. I'm surprised Venus doesn't play Kagura support, huh? Kagura support. actually surprised. Okay, so they took the Sicilian, and as you can see right away, Onic PH, the tankiest guy they have. I would say Yuzhong is still tankier than Chu, honestly. But if you build Chu tank build, like full tank build, then you know, that's gonna help a little bit. But Chu as a frontliner, I'm not a big fan of. You still need someone to check the bushes for you. Yeah, playing Chu tank build, your main front is not that good compared to like Atlas, Kufra, and all of them. All right, so I mean, honestly, some high-lows or Grok would have been better, to be honest. Even though Valier counters high-lows, it still would have been better considering that it gives a lot better vision and, you know, more pressure on the front. But let's go on to the gameplay. Like I said earlier, if you guys forgot, you're gonna see a similar rotation from the analysis from EVO's Legends versus RQ. I think they got this rotation from EVO's Legends because I have never seen RQ pull this rotation off until now, right? Until now. So let's keep, let me just explain to you what will happen here. Valier will be with Tamus, alright? So Tamus is gonna cut the top lane right here. With Valier giving vision on this river, alright? So Philippines Onic PH, they're doing a regular 1-3-1 rotation. They're gonna do a regular 1-3-1. So these three people, they're gonna wave clear mid, all three of them together, while Atlas is gonna wave clear mid alone, alright? Alone. Where Jawhead on the bottom lane and Lancelot, they're gonna do fast red. Jawhead has really fast clear with the first skill, and Lancelot has retribution and the second skill, alright? To clear that red buff as fast as possible. So now, the good part about this is, Atlas is actually gonna get level 2 even with roaming item. Since he's gonna get all the EXP from this lane minion. One lane minion alone will give you level 2, as long as you are alone, right? As long as you are alone. So the good part about this is, what happens here is Valier is just making sure that these three people don't gank the Tamus proxy, alright? Tamus is gonna cut this lane. Valier is gonna make sure nobody actually responds to the Tamus proxy. And we all know that as soon as they see Kaja, they know that they can bully this lane. Kaja level 1 freaking sucks compared to Tamus and Valier. This early game, Tamus Valier, insane, alright? Actually insane. So let's keep going. As soon as RRQ sees Onic PH commit to the, you know, the RQ red buff, that's when they commit to the Onic PH red buff and steal that buff right away, alright? So that's already a win for Onic PH if, that's already a win for RQ if RQ secures this red buff. Alright, there it is. Almost missed the retribution, super close, but luckily Lancelot ended up stealing it with an auto attack. Kind of fucked up the retribution right there, Albert, but it's alright. You still managed to get it. It happens. Tamus Valier, obviously they're gonna steal this red buff, and Kaja cannot do anything about it. Because if Kaja fights this, Tamus will fuck you up. Like the early game, Tamus and Valier, Valier's just gonna first kill you. Tamus is just gonna have true damage on his passive. It's just way too much for Kaja to handle. So Albert's gonna go for this blue buff. As you can see, Atlas is already level 2, whereas Sicilian still level 1, Jay still level 1. This early game rotation is actually insane. The Filipino teams need to copy this rotation because this is not a coincidence. EVO's Legends did this as well. And from what I know, Zaze, which is, you know, the coach for EVO's Legends, is good friends with James, so that's probably why they're sharing strategies with each other. I'm not sure. But, or maybe they could have just, you know, learned it from the game that they had against EVO's Legends. This is probably, arguably the best early game rotation that I know that actually, you know, gives everybody an advantage. And, an early level 2 instead of, you know, having a level 1. See, they still have level 1 at fucking 1 minute. If you do a team fight right now, RQ would probably win. Right here, the only disadvantage that they have is Skylar, who was late to getting level 2. But either way, he just got level 2 right now. Alright, so everybody's level 2 now, more than level 2. Whereas Lancelot's about to get level 4 right now, way faster. See, Lancelot already got level 4. Hayabusa's still level 3. Tamus is actually level 3 and the Kaja is still level 2. So that's, you know, because he got the red buff earlier. Right here, as long as Skylar does not die, even though he's at a disadvantage, he's good to go. His team on the mid lane and top lane, they're winning. So I know Yuzhong actually cleared the bot lane by himself, meaning that Skylar actually didn't get any experience on the red buff, alright? He went away from the red buff so that Lancelot could take all the experience from the red buff so he can get level 2, alright? Early game. So that's really important right there. Going away before killing the red buff is really important. Unless you have roaming item, then you could probably stick. Okay, Jawhead ended up getting the 2 jungle minions right there, and Valier's just here to actually help the Skylar, to the Jawhead who is actually behind, alright? He was the only hero that was in a disadvantage earlier from this rotation. But what RQ did is they're actually focusing this lane to help Jawhead catch back up. And what the good part is, I don't know if this is a coincidence, but the third lane is also here on this side of the map. So let's see here. This might seem like a really long video, but hopefully you guys enjoy the way I'm like breaking all the things that are happening. Right here, Chu obviously trying his best to give vision. Not the best frontliner you could have. He's only level 3. Valier's level 3. Like if you compare the levels, look, compare the levels. The support is already level 3 for RQ Bless is already level 3 with the Valier. 824 is already level 3, whereas Jay is still like he's not even level 3 yet. You know, where let's see, Cecilian's level 3, but they're just behind. And this guy's about to hit level 5, and this guy, you know, Wise is the carry of the team, not even close to getting level 5. He needs like 3 more lane minions or 2 to actually get level 5. But let's see here. Actually, Wise fucked up here, and the good part about what RQ did here is when they saw Hayabusa dash out like that, they know that they have to block either this direction, and that's it. They just have to block this direction or the bush that he was at, and that's it. And they would probably kill this Hayabusa. I'm not really a big fan of how Wise ulted the lane minions with heroes around. Alright, usually when I see Hayabusa top players, they clear the lane minions when it's just the minions alone. When the heroes are not, you know, enemy heroes are not nearby. So you can actually clear it with your ult as fast as possible. But here Hayabusa actually ulted with the heroes around, and Atlas actually caught him, forcing Wise to actually teleport back right here, and then Valier catches him with the stun, I believe. Yeah, Valier catches him, and that was an easy first blood for RQ. And Onic J is not level 4 yet, and Lancelot did a really good dash to avoid that knockup from Chu. So that's how he got away. So very well played from RQ right there. We see right here, I'm actually really surprised here because Skylar got level 4 first, whereas Dilar is only level 3. But Dilar got a, you know, a more comfortable early game, you know, instead compared to Jawhead, where Jawhead actually, you know, took some time to help Lancelot clear the red and then missed lane minions here on the bottom lane. So I don't know how Jawhead got level 4 first. Probably because of the jungle minion here. That's why he got level 4 first. He got both of those. So that'll help him get level 4 first. Whereas Yuzhong is still level 3. He just needs like 2 or 1 more minion to get level 4. Let's see here though. Valier and Atlas almost level 4. Kaja's already level 4. So right here, I'm not really a big fan of how Valier is actually going to be chasing this Chu, because this Chu is tank. He's got to realize that this just by the emblem itself, this Chu is tank. Chasing that Chu is like, you're fucking wasting your time. You're probably just going to harass him and he's going to get away. But that resulted into him being out of position, and then Kaja needing to flicker, ulti, and then get this Valier kill. Oh, he actually got away. What the fuck? He actually got away. So what happened there? I can't believe he got away right there. So they don't have enough burst because Chu is a tank. He doesn't have damage. Kaja doesn't have any items yet. So let's see what happened here. How did Valier get away? Are you freaking kidding me? Flicker. Okay. Flicker ulti. Stop. He dashed towards that. Okay, that way. Oh, okay. He flickered and then that missed the Sicilian. Yeah, Sicilian actually did not hit the Valier. Wow. I can't believe he got away. And then Chu ended up paying for it. Oh my god, okay, what the fuck? They got so unlucky right there. Yeah, they got so unlucky right there. Honestly, that should have been a Valier kill, but very nice flicker from Valier. Oh my god, okay, such a bad timing. Oh my god, this is just going bad for Onic PH, because look, Atlas just hit level 4, so he now has ulti, and then Wise just ulted the Atlas so he could try and get a kill here. Or he can try to get away. Oh my god, as soon as Atlas gets level 4, they just fucked up right there. Nice ulti from Atlas. 2-man. Gets Cecilia and Hayabusa. Well, I can't believe that Valier got away. I still cannot believe Valier got away. I honestly thought he was gonna live. But let's see. Yuzhong gonna try to go for this Valier kill right here. Finally, he knows that he doesn't have Flicker that time. So that was an easy kill for Yuzhong. Cleaning up. But we see as soon as the team, the whole, you know, the 4 RQ members force the Yuzhong to rotate top lane so that Yuzhong can help out on the team fight, Jawhead was doing an objective right away, which is the turtle. Let's see if they can take this turtle. I'm pretty sure this Lancelot's gonna go towards it. Yep, and this should be a free turtle. You know, just sneaking a freaking free turtle right here. I don't know if I don't think Yuzhong can get it. Almost getting it. Almost getting it. Very nice try from Dila right there. Super nice try. Alright, so now the red buff, blue buff are up now for Onic PH, and they actually ended up giving Venus the blue buff instead of giving Hayabusa the blue buff, which I'm really surprised about. But let's keep going. Alright, Sicilian is just trying to stack his first skill. Valier doing a pretty decent job harassing. Oh god, he got ulti. He might be dead, but this is really good. Lancelot went near Valier right away so that he could take some of the damage that Hayabusa has. Super lucky. I mean, that Valier almost got caught, honestly. And this Thamos obviously doing a 2v1 on top lane. Thamos is still that strong. Even though after the nerf, Thamos is still freaking strong, man. Such an annoying hero. I don't like laning against a really good Thamos is super hard. Like for example, if I play Chu and then off lane and then I'm against a Thamos, he will just bully you. He will bully you. I swear to God, it's so annoying. And finally, Jawhead is so pretty ahead here against this Yuzhong. He's pushing faster, and plus he's putting some pressure, forcing this Yuzhong to actually back up. And Thamos is actually gonna get a first tier tower here on top lane. So pretty easy, you know, team fights and rotation so far for RQ. They are ahead 4-1. They are already ahead of 3,000 gold because they got the turtle, they got a kill, they got a tower and all that. But look at Jawhead is in big trouble. That is a 4-man gang. That's gonna be really hard to, yeah, that's gonna be really hard to avoid. The best thing that RQ could do is to trade, which is what they are doing. So Valier is like half health already. Atlas is full health, but he's not gonna have any follow-up, I would say, if he does end up getting an ulti here. But the good part about here is Lancelot is actually gonna trade a mid lane first tier tower for more vision and pressure on the map, which is a positive trade, I would say. I would rather get a tower than one kill. So let's see if RQ lives here. If none of them, if Valier and Atlas don't die, it's definitely worth it for the Jawhead's death. Definitely worth it. I don't think RQ is gonna like, they're just gonna try to wave clear. That's it. They're not gonna try to like fight or anything. So exactly what they are doing. Oi, he actually ulted the Yuzhong. Very surprised about that, but they just want to wave clear, making sure that this tower is alive. So again, we see all the towers from RQ still almost full health, whereas, you know, Onic PH, they already gave away 2 towers. You know, giving towers away is like giving global gold away. It's like a really big impact, especially early game to mid game. It really makes an impact when you get outpushed like this. A kill for a tower is not worth it. So let's see what else happens here. Lancelot knows that the red buff is up for the for Onic PH. So let's see, they're gonna try to invade. He's hiding the red buff into the bush. So very good right there. He already got the red buff with the retribution ulti, and plus he got away. Chu's gonna, okay. They put everything on this Atlas. All right, so it's that's a Chu kick. Yuzhong hasn't ulted yet, but this is an Atlas dead, I'm pretty sure. Bless tried his best to actually counter engage, but they cannot do anything to save that Atlas. So very well played from Jay right there, knowing that he could burst his team could burst the Atlas. Alright, so because Atlas early game is really squishy. A lot of Atlas, what they build is movement speed boots, and they build the roaming item, the one with the encourage, the one that speeds you up. And then after that, they build like dominance eyes for more slow on the passive, I guess. But let's see what happens here. Jawhead got a tower here at bot lane. Again, Yuzhong was here. If you guys remembered, Chu kicked the Atlas, right? But Yuzhong was here as well. Meaning that Jawhead gets a free push at bot lane. That is another tower. So that's a kill for a tower again. They're just getting out traded. A kill for a tower is never worth it, because a tower gives you global gold, whereas a kill only gives, you know, for the people that got an assist, doesn't give you that much gold. For the guy that got the kill gives, you know, a lot of gold, but only for the guy that got the kill. So definitely that gives a lot of pressure on the map for Onic PH as well, which is, you know, giving all the first tier towers. They gave all the first tier towers away, meaning it's gonna be a lot easier for RQ to put some pressure on the front line here. Alright, Hayabusa just trying to poke. Right now, Hayabusa is so underfarmed. He's level 8 compared to Lancelot level 11. It's just so underfarmed. Hayabusa is the same level as the freaking, almost the same level as the support and tank. Same level as the offlaner, which is not what you want to see. When you're trying to funnel someone, you better keep up with the core that they have. Alright, this funnel for RQ is just doing so much better than the funnel that Onic is doing. Right here, finally, since Jawhead has been ahead ever since he got level 4, Yuzhong, it's really hard for Yuzhong to push this because Jawhead is just going to clear. So now we see Lancelot. Okay, Lancelot dodged the knockout from Chu. They were doing the turtle, they're baiting this out, but he dashed right away, so very nice dash from Lancelot. This Yuzhong is going in on the Valier, okay, but Valier actually stayed next to the tower. But instead, this Tamus committed to the Hayabusa, forcing the Yuzhong to actually help Hayabusa and try to kill this Tamus. As you can see right here, Hayabusa gets away, but Valier gets away as well. Tamus almost died, but the Atlas gets a 3-man ulti, which is not good for Onic PH. Right there, Lancelot gets a freaking stab in the ass, and that's a freaking easy maniac. This might even be a savage. Okay, he's not gonna be greedy for it. So that's what I like about RQ. They know that Jay is gonna be a tank Chu. Instead of chasing the Chu, a tank Chu, you know, he's gonna buy all the time. If they chase them, he's gonna buy time, and they're gonna get less objectives. But instead, they forced the tower at mid lane. All right, they just went for objective right away. Another global gold. Mid lane towers are really important, especially the second tier tower. So like, so much discipline on this team. The way James is coaching this team is actually insane. The discipline, like, they're not really like greedy for the kills. Lancelot could have gotten a savage there, but you know, they don't give a fuck about a savage. You know, it's a tournament game. They want to win the game. They're gonna freaking push mid lane. So this is what I like about the way RQ plays. Even Hoshi plays like this, honestly. Let's see here though. Lancelot trying to, oi, enough burst for that Chu. Actually ulted, and then second skill. Chu is so squishy. Holy shit. They almost got the mid lane inhibitor tower. So I mean, it's fine. It's still worth it. It was a Valier for a tank Chu. Definitely worth it. And then they got a second tier tower and almost got the inhibitor tower at mid. So like, the trades around the map are just in favor of RQ this whole time. All right. It might not seem like Onic PH is losing by a lot because the kills are obvious. It's not a high killing game. They're not so behind at kills, but objectively, look at the gold. It's like 7,000 gold behind. You'll see the difference. You know, just objective minded. It's actually insane. I mean, I get that Onic PH they were League of Legends players before, but by watching this game, they should learn a lot from this game, honestly. And I'm very impressed with what RQ Sena showed, because they are the secondary team for RQ, which nobody really expected to do this well, especially against one of the top teams for the Philippines, right? Onic is the second best team in the Philippines, considering that Aura PH is the best because they won the championship. They're going to try to dive this Yuzhong, but it's going to be really hard. This Yuzhong is pretty tanky as fuck. Alright, but Yuzhong doing a really good job. He might even kill the Lancelot here, but Lancelot did really good. Oh, actually this Yuzhong is chasing that Lancelot, but Hayabusa is always getting caught. I feel like Hayabusa is always alone. Why do I feel it? Why do I feel like that? I always see him alone, always getting chased by someone. Whereas Jay and Venus are always like somewhere else. I don't know why. Oh my god, this Hayabusa is dead. All they needed was Atlas and Valier, but they're gonna get a Valier trade here. So it's support for a core, so it's still... Actually, no. Yuzhong ended up getting the Lancelot, so it's a 2-for-1 right now in favor of Onic. And hopefully Tamus can get a trade here on Yuzhong. Dilar is actually playing so well right now. He's trying his best, honestly. He's trying his best. Look at this. Oh, that's really good for Onic. Yeah, that's really good for Onic, but they got a 1-for-1 trade right there. Here we go. I don't think they're gonna have enough damage. Atlas is too tanky. Jawhead has a lot of freaking damage. I don't think they wanna risk this. Where was Sicilian that whole time? What the fuck? Wait up. Okay, so wait up, guys. Oh, okay. So Sicilian was wave clearing this mid lane because the inhib tower was getting attacked. All right, I was wondering where Sicilian was. I was like, what? I thought I just saw him here. Yeah, Sicilian is gonna wave clear. As you can see, the minions are pushing the inhibitor tower, and Sicilian doesn't, you know, well, it's the correct play from Venus. It's the correct play. Because I was like wondering here, it should be like in favor of Onic, but Sicilian is not here. But he's protecting the mid lane tower, and the minions almost got the mid lane tower. Super lucky. So that is the correct play from Venus. I thought he was just out of position. He's always like away, but you know, whatever. All right. Correct, yeah, that's the correct play. I was wondering. Alright, let's skip a little bit. Give me a second. Here we go. Alright, nothing happening so far. Now, RQ wants to take it slow and try to hopefully, you know, end the game by out-rotating them, or, you know, wait for the Lord. He sees Chu right here. You see how easy it is? Oi! Oi! Valir gets freaking picked again! Oh, this is not good. This is where RQ starts making mistakes. It's really hard to play Valir, guys. I'm telling you. Especially against these good players. Oh my god, he got away with 1 HP again. And that happened to him before as well. And Hayabusa got a little bit too greedy for that. Oh my god, Hayabusa just got way too greedy for that. Bless is always so lucky. Why is it whenever I play Valir and then I get caught like that, I'm always dead? And then when Bless plays it, god damn it, Bless. Look, he's supposed to be dead. This guy is still alive. He flickered again. Then Hayabusa ended up getting away. I mean, Hayabusa ended up... I don't know what happened to Hayabusa ulti. Like, I am so confused of using Hayabusa. The Hayabusa ulti is like either super short or super long. But Bless gets away and then Hayabusa teleports into the shadow to try and get the Valir very greedy from Wise. But then again, Bless was 1 HP obviously. And he got fucking wrecked. Oh my god. So lucky. This Valir is so lucky, honestly. If I was that Valir, I'd probably get fucking killed and I'd probably get trash talked in chat. God damn it. So lucky. But then again, Valir used to take when I used Valir, it was like Flame Shot. Yeah, it was Flame Shot. Flame Shot was the meta, but now the Valir takes Flicker. Flame Shot got nerfed, so let's see Onic J trying to do his best to give vision to the Lord, and RQ obviously wants this Lord to try and finish the game. Sicilian, very nice second skill to try and kill Bless. Finally, freaking Valir's dead. Alright, after a freaking million years. Dilar is actually doing a really good job zoning this Lancelot out, making sure that Lancelot does not do any DPS to the team fight. Jawhead though, he's just gonna clear this bot lane. This is actually, so the reason why Onic PH, even though they do have the advantage number wise, they cannot do Lord is because Hayabusa is so underfed. Just they don't have enough damage to try and kill this Lord fast enough for even if it's a 4v5. So that's pretty much why they didn't do Lord, even though they have a man advantage here. Hayabusa is not really, you know, Hayabusa does not have a high DPS unless he ultis. But if he ultis the Lord, he's so screwed. He doesn't have ulti for the team fight. So now RQ, now that they know that Valir is up again, they're gonna try and bait this Lord. It's just, you know, simple mechanics, simple logic. Just try to bait out the Lord and force the enemy to come to you. But Chu actually kicked the wrong guy. Wait. Let's go back. It's really hard to focus right there. He should have hero lock. This happens to me a lot because I suck at Chu. Let's see right here. Oi! Okay, so he actually knocked up the Jawhead. I'm surprised. Okay, so Lancelot ended up second skilling and dodging the Chu kick. So that's why he ended up kicking the Jawhead. But look at the Yuzhong actually doing. Dilar is actually playing so good this game. He's actually zoning all three out, as you can see, and he is trying his best to steal this Lord. But Albert has Retribution, so let's see who gets it. Albert gets it because of the freaking Retribution, obviously. He should. If Albert missed that, it would have been so bad. So after all that, honestly, RQ got really lucky that, you know, Albert is really good at using his Retribution, except for the red buff earlier. He almost got it stolen. If Onic got that Lord, that would have been game-changing, but too bad. Onic didn't get it, so let's keep going. So now that the Lord is up, they're just waiting for Lancelot to come up. So what RQ is doing here, without the Lancelot, they're gonna try to protect this Lord as much as possible, so that Onic PH does not burst the Lord right away. There's still super minions here at offlane, both offlanes, and they're trying to wait for this Lancelot to be able to push with this Lord. But I don't think RQ is gonna be able to defend this Lord so much because it's already in the inhibitor tower. But this Lord will try to get and charge into the inhibitor tower. Wise and everybody else, they're trying to tank this Lord, because if you get Lord close enough to the tower, he's gonna charge in and he's gonna get the tower right away. Right, he's gonna ignore you. Right here, oh, I'm not sure about this one. Give me a second. Stop. Let's see that engage from Jay. Jay's actually trying to engage right here, which I am not a big fan of, especially when the Lord is pushing. Like, even if there's no Lancelot for RQ, if you try and engage on somebody here and try to go for like a follow-up, you're gonna end up, your teammates are gonna end up wanting to focus the hero that you kicked, and then they're gonna just, you know, they're gonna forget about the Lord and the minions that are pushing. So right here, Jay tried to knock out people here. He actually got pushed by Valir. Yuzhong also, I guess what they're trying to do is they're just trying to zone the RQ away from the Lord so they can't push. But as you can see, as soon as Dilar and Jay tried to engage, all three members of Onic that were trying to focus the Lord tried to help right away. See, look. I mean, the Lord is dead already, but there's still super minions at offlane. So let's see what happens here. Jawhead actually gets a kill here on Kaja, which is already not a good trade. Yeah, they already fucked up right there. 4v5, they still lost. They still got picked. So already a negative trade for Onic. Lancelot is up. He doesn't... Oh my god, very nice throw from Jawhead. And I think Dilar might die here. Maybe. Maybe. Most likely. Okay, anytime now. Man, fucking Yuzhong is so broken. Fix that hero, please. Fix that hero. Either way, RQ got an inhibitor tower at mid. Skylar trying to chase this Hayabusa. He's not really scared of Hayabusa because he's so underfed. Look. It's a freaking offlane Jawhead level 14 and the funnel Hayabusa level 12. You're getting out leveled by a freaking offlaner, which is not good. You're supposed to be funnel, you're supposed to be, you know, more, you should have more EXP than the offlaners of the opposite team. But Albert actually making an outplay right there with the second skill ulti. And he has killing spree, so he gets a little bit of HP regen. And Albert trying to focus the tower here, they just want to end the game fast. And that is GG well played. So yeah, I feel like Onic, honestly, I would say they fucked up on the draft. I'm not really a big fan of the draft they did. They need more frontline, or they need to practice. Jay and Venus, I know Venus is more focused on like support heroes, mages, and like, you know, pure support heroes. Not like how do you say this? Not like a Kufra. I mean, I know Venus plays Kufra, but it got banned obviously. For example, Minotaur, Grok, something like that. I don't really see Venus playing those solid tanks so often. I have seen Venus play Kufra, but that's about it. And then obviously they kicked Fuzaken out, so they don't have like a solid tank player. Well, Fuzaken was one of the best Groks, but Grok got freaking nerfed. Fuzaken was also good on other tanks, but Jay got that role now. So he's gonna be the solid frontline for Onic this time. I'm not sure why they picked Chu frontline. That's probably what fucked them up. But overall, whatever RQ Sena showed us today, guys, is all from the coaching of James. Freaking insane, actually mind-blowing, super insane. You know, this is their debut on a big tournament like this, and the thing they showed, you know, the teamwork, the rotation, the discipline, and everything, so well played by RQ against, you know, one of the top teams of Philippines. So that's it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you guys learned something here. I know it is a long video. I am so sorry. It is a long video, 37-minute video. Hopefully don't forget to subscribe if you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, and I am out. Peace.